Turning now to Minnesota, where both Representative Ilhan Omar and Governor Tim Walz are currently facing the full wrath and fury of hundreds of agitated voters who are completely fed up with the deteriorating quality of life right there in their home state. At a recent town hall held in her Minneapolis district, Representative Omar was physically attacked when a furious citizen ran up to her with a syringe and allegedly sprayed her with a foul-smelling liquid, which is now believed to be nothing more than apple cider vinegar. At the time, the Somalia-born congresswoman was holding court and railing against ICE operations in her city, and after the 55-year-old suspect was quickly arrested, she continued her diatribe by accusing the Trump administration of a litany of unsubstantiated crimes ranging from kidnapping to outright murder. A clearly annoyed Omar then resumed her rant by completely picking apart the federal government's immigration enforcement efforts in Minnesota, claiming ICE agents are intentionally intimidating genuine American citizens, well, they're not, and scaring people so badly that they're now afraid to leave their homes. Those are some lofty falsehoods there, sunshine. In the meantime, professional agitators, they are now seemingly targeting Governor Tim Walz as well. Hundreds of enraged protesters recently seen storming the Minnesota State Capitol building in St. Paul and gathering right outside his office door, where they begged loudly in unison and pleaded desperately for the governor to do his job. Now, the far-left mob then began calling for change by screaming a number of cliched slogans such as "Power to the people" and "No one is illegal," all while waving signs demanding justice for both Renee Good and Alex Preddy, who were each recently shot and killed during confrontations with federal agents. Final thoughts, and this is the News Roundup Lowdown. And here's the deal, and back to the Congresswoman for just a moment here. None of us here at the News Roundup are fans of this Ilhan Omar, but if the rumors are true about her having tens of millions of dollars in her bank account, then I'm going to overlook all of her misdeeds. Her goofy rhetoric, multiple marriages, and all the fraud in the district she represents in Minnesota. After all, I need a new pair of shoes. And I don't object to dining out at fancy eateries, especially if she's picking up the tab. That said, even though I think she's bad for her state, tragic for Minneapolis, wholly uncooperative with federal law enforcement agents, the White House agenda, and President Donald Trump, she does, in fact, have the right to speak freely and openly to her constituents and without interruption. Unfortunately, one moron who attended her town hall attempted to make contact with her by using something described as a goofy kind of putrid-smelling spray. Now, look, it's hard to say something nice about this woman, but kudos to her for not running out the door, jumping into a waiting limo to make a mad dash out of town. She stood her ground, continued her discussion, and she only left once she was finished speaking her mind. That said, I disagree with everything she yacked about during our meeting. She's entirely wrong about everything she said, and her thought process is highly convoluted. But she still has every right to voice her wrong opinion. By the way, I think it's extra nice of me to kind of point that out. For no extra money. I'm just a nice guy today. Hey, Bill Thomas here. If you like what you see, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. And don't forget to check out our channel, News Roundup with Bill Thomas. And that's where you can catch our full program and more videos. And we'll see you right back here next time.